Good morning. Today you'll be voting and viewing 5 pieces of art for the annual art selection. This art collection is unique for our school district and is the only school district in the country, except for one in Texas, to have a professional art collection chosen by the students, purchased, and hung in the school hallways. This tradition started at the high school in 1936, and the junior high's collection started less than 10 years ago. Falls Below Cucumber by Elizabeth King, black and white photograph. This black and white scene depicts a waterscape. A waterscape subject matter revolves around water. In this photograph, the waterfall was placed in the background with a calming pool in the foreground. The specific waterfall is Cucumber Falls and is located in Ohiopyle State Park. It's claimed to be one of the more famous waterfalls in Pennsylvania because it has over a 30-foot drop and is easily accessible for people to visit. The artist uses contrast in color between the white falls against the dark shadows of the rocks and boulders. The element of contrast establishes interest in the artwork. I wonder if this is a favorite spot for the artist. Aurora by Melissa Reed, mixed media. If you were in Mrs. Jordan's 4th quarter art class last year, you were lucky to work with Miss Reed as your visiting artist. She uses alcohol inks, which is a newer art material. These inks use rubbing alcohol to activate and overlap the color pigments. This piece evokes more of an abstract quality, where you, the viewer, can interpret your own meaning and visualize images based on what is presented to you visually or from the title. Miss Reed works on her colored abstract works in stages. She adds numerous layers of vibrant colors on top of each other until she gets the desired effect. Working with this artist, I know she usually adds acrylic paint and fine line markers to highlight and emphasize areas and to add detail to her work. What feelings does this work evoke from you, and what are you interpreting from this piece? Frozen by Claire J. Kazmarek, color photograph. Frozen is a color photograph depicting a landscape. A landscape is a picture of the outdoors. In this artwork, it is specifically showing a winter lake scene. Most of the colors are monotone, meaning of a single color, which is this bluish-violet color. The piece draws the viewer's eye to the sky with its contrast and pastel color against the darker colors. With the use of the cool color scheme, the viewer can almost feel a chill and see a breath in their air. Could this be a sunset or a sunrise? Do you think this photograph was taken locally or somewhere further away? McGinley House by Pamela Price, watercolor painting. Here is another winter landscape, this time done in watercolors. The viewer can tell it is wintertime with the clues the artist left with the deciduous trees that no longer have their leaves, the soft pale colors she used, and the barren surroundings she's painted, as well as the snow-covered grass. The artist paints this house in 2-point perspective, meaning you can see both the front and the side view of the house at the same time, giving it dimension on the flat watercolor paper. Upon further research, the McGinley House is the oldest existing stone house in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. It would be interesting to know what the connection, if any, the artist has to this particular house. Morning Flower by Skip Allen, color photograph. At first glance, one might think this is a pastel drawing or a painting, but in fact it is a macro color photograph. Macro photography means it is an up-close photograph of a smaller subject matter, like insects and flowers, bringing importance and awareness to even the tiniest of subjects to the viewer. In this case, it is a zoomed-in picture of a succulent plant. The artist creates a sense of rhythm and repetition with the multiple petals overlapping each other. He also brings a sense of coolness with the use of many shades of blue against the bright magenta outlines of the petal shapes. Could this be a plant the artist grew himself? Now you will be voting for one favorite piece. Think about what is different and creative to be added to our collection in the hallway. Teachers, please collect the votes and send a student down to the art room in B4. There will be a box to place the votes in. The winner will be announced at a later date. Thank you.